Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to today's installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Oh man, quite a change in scenery around here today. Quite a change since the last video that you seen, which actually went live today. It was our vacation to Myrtle Beach a few weeks ago, and we're definitely in fall now, so it's pretty breezy today. It's cloudy, there's leaves on the ground finally, and it's I think in the upper 50s today, so it's kind of a chilly day. The shorts and sandals weather is definitely gone. I'm in my jeans and my hoodie, and we have a small project today. So the 2014 Chevy Cruze is back. It's my dad's car. Had it for, I think, at least a couple of years now. It's at 116,000 miles, and he called me because it has a check engine light. So, it being a GM, I figured it could possibly be some sort of EVAP code. So I went over to the house with the Alltel a few nights ago. We scanned it, and it did come up with a code. It was a P0496. It had something to do with a high flow rate through the EVAP system. And, you know, I was kind of expecting maybe like a small leak or a large leak code, but the only code that was in there was this P0496. There is a leak of some type. This code will generally set, I should say, this code will generally set during a specific time period, you know, in each ignition cycle where the PCM is seeing a drastic change in fuel tank pressure. And there was a leak big enough, you know, that it generated this code. So according to what the code said at the time that I scanned it, it looked like a passed and failed code. So it actually kind of looked like it was an intermittent issue, it saying passed and failed. You know, I decided to clear it, and I told him, you know, if the light comes back and if, you know, it's the same code, then we can start chasing it down. So the day after, he called me and told me that he put gas in the car, and at the gas station it didn't want to start. It took a while for it to start, and once it did start running, it was running very poorly for a while. All signs there point to a bad purge valve, is what I said. So that's why it's here. We're going to put a purge valve in it and go from there. Alright, so we got the Alltel hooked up. We're just going to go ahead and get back into it. This is a 1.8 liter with RPO code LWE. It's going to do its thing, of course. We're going to do other because we really don't have anything with the radio to do. And we'll do diagnostics, we'll do control module, engine control. I'm not going to do a whole system scan right now. Trouble codes. And P0496, so there it is. There's also a lean code here, but that code wasn't in there. This is the one that is our main issue here. Evaporative emission system flow during non-purge. That's what the description is. So, yep, that's what we're after today. So we got the car running for the moment. Check engine light's still on. So the way that the EVAP system works, and I think I explained this a little bit when my sister's Fiesta had the same issue, is basically what's supposed to happen here is there is an evaporative emissions purge valve under the hood of the car, and then there is a vent valve in the back on the charcoal canister, or around the charcoal canister or the fuel tank, somewhere back there. And it's basically designed to keep additional fuel vapors from entering the atmosphere. The vapors are either supposed to pass through the charcoal canister, which makes the vapors less harmful to the environment, and they pass through the vent valve when the vent valve is open in the back. If the car decides to recycle those fuel vapors and actually burn them as part of the fuel system, they will pass through to the purge valve, and the purge valve will kind of open and close variably, usually, depending on its command for, what the PCM sees fit to reuse those fuel vapors. And usually it'll adjust additional information, making sure that there's not too much air or too much fuel, together, so that's what's supposed to happen. In the event of putting gas in your car, for example, the purge valve is closed. When the engine's not running, purge valve is closed, and basically when you put fuel in the tank, you're obviously filling the tank with fresh gas, fresh fuel vapors. It's all just kind of going crazy in that tank. And when you go to turn the ignition on and the car sees, the PCM sees that you just added gas, the fuel pressure in the tank is now pretty high because of all the fumes and such, the PCM will command the vent valve to open, and some of those vapors will go through the charcoal canister and out into the atmosphere, but also the purge valve will remain closed until the PCM sees fit that we can use these vapors, and then it'll do its due diligence at actually letting those fuel vapors into the engine and burning properly. In this case, the purge valve being bad means it's pretty much stuck open. So when my dad went to go put gas in this car, those fuel vapors had, all access at that point and they rushed through those EVAP lines to the purge valve, which is open in a stuck position, and filled up the combustion chamber with, fresh gas fumes. So when you go to start the car, it's like the engine was flooded with gas. And until the engine was able to burn them off, that's what happens. Same thing could happen if, you haven't driven the car all day, like maybe it sat in the morning and the temperatures outside are getting warm, getting hot outside, and the tank, heat, the gas tank is like, like if you have a gallon of milk in your fridge and you take it out of the cold fridge and you put it on the counter for a couple minutes, and I'm sure your kitchen is warmer than the fridge, what do you see that milk carton do? It kind of blows up a little bit, kind of expands, and then when you open it up, there's like a little bit of air that might come out of it. So that's the same thing the tank will do. It'll expand, and the EVAP system is allowing the vapors to go into the atmosphere or be reburned, burned through the actual fuel delivery system. So you'll have the same thing, like I said, if the car's sitting in the sun and you haven't started it all day, you might go to start it and it might chug, it might run rough. It's probably because that valve is stuck open, and until it all burns out, that's what could possibly happen. So as you can see here, it looks like the vent valve in the back is venting, so we are venting some gas fumes out the back. The purge valve is commanded on at 12%. That's what the PCM is telling it to do. Now this purge valve may be, completely wide open. Oh, let's see. So the fuel tank pressure, it looks like we are negative 1.4-ish. We're in closed loop. And it does look like this thing's running pretty lean at the moment, according to this long fuel trim. So, yeah, we are in the positive percentage. There is an EVAP malfunction history. EVAP purge valve leak is exactly what that seems to be saying. So I think we're just going to get under there and, you know, we're going to change it out. We got our new valve here. And this is what that little fella looks like. These being closed all the time, I should not be able to blow through this, you know, when I put my mouth to it. And I can't. If I take that one out and it's stuck open, I probably can blow through it. We shall find out. So let's go ahead and shut it off. And let's get to it. Alright, so as mentioned, this is the 1.8 liter, not turboed. Just throw that guy there. And our new purge, or our location is right there. So it's really not that hard to get to on this particular engine. It's pretty simple. So it looks like there's a couple of quick disconnects here on these EVAP lines, and then here's our connector, so we should just be able to push in this here, unplug it. It's a pretty tight wire. I don't know why some of these harnesses are so, you know, tight like that. So there's that. Just wanted to kind of tuck it away for a moment. So it looks like this line here, this is the one coming from the tank up through here, and then this line is probably running into the intake somewhere. So we should be able to push this, I'm assuming. Kind of wiggle it off maybe. Oh, almost had it. Hear the breeze. Oh, there we go. Alright, so that's off. And this one here has that clip on it. I think you have to try to push it up from the bottom. We might need to go get a screwdriver or such. Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Kind of got it. There. It's like a red lock there, and that should also be able to pull out. So there we go. Now, as far as getting it off, I think it slides on to this bracket somehow. It doesn't look like it's held on by screws or anything. I think we just have to slide it off this thing. Oh, indeed. That was a piece of cake. It's not for the true test. Can I blow through it? I can. This is our guy. This is our problem. Right, so now we'll just slide this guy on. Oh, wait, hold on. I just realized this came out of the other one. It's a piece of rubber. Yeah, so make sure that comes out with the old one. See, the new one's got it in there. So that should all slide on as one piece. You got like a spray, like a silicone spray. That could maybe make it easier. I don't have any of that here at the house, but there it is. So it's on there. Slid it up to the notches there. Okay, and now we can plug our tank hose in. It clicked on, put the lock down. Plug in this that guy right there. It's locked on. And now we just plug in our connector. that's it. That was actually really freaking easy on this car. All right, so you kind of seen how, you know, that being stuck open, even though the PCM was trying to tell it to do otherwise, it couldn't really do anything at all. At the fact that it's somehow, you know, in a stuck position. So sometimes if you tap on them, you can kind of get them to dislodge, but that's obviously not a guarantee that the issue is not going to come back. Alright, so let's get back into our scan tool data. I'm going to close this door. We want to get rid of our codes. You know, kind of start fresh. So we'll go ahead. Codes have been successfully erased. No fault codes detected. Let's go back to our live data. And we're going to do EVAP emissions. Check engine light is out. Okay, still an open loop at the moment. The short fuel trim is down to 0. So that's good right now. Eventually, the long-term fuel trim will probably, you know, start adjusting. We're in closed loop now. It looks like we're taking fuel away. And our fuel trims are, this is dropping. You relatively want these to be balancing out at 0%. If there's, you know, maybe a couple of percentages over or under, it's really not that big a deal. Ideal fuel trim, though, is you want them to kind of balance out around 0. And this is correcting very nicely. Now that we have a working purge valve. Look at that. So far it's looking a lot better. And let's see, let's go back to the top here. Our purge valve is commanding a small percentage of vapors being sent through the EVAP system, so 8%. It is obviously you know, getting that correct percentage now. This is good. I mean, this is perfect. That is dead perfect right there. Closed loop. The car feels like it's actually running smoother now. It's perfect. We're good. We're golden. So I'll probably, you know, I'll take it here to get some lunch, and then you know, come back. You know, we'll recheck it for codes and make sure everything's still good. But that's it. That was a pretty simple fix. Really simple fix, actually. I didn't even think it was going to come out that easy. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that we're not going to have any further issues with that particular device there. And before we shut the hood, you can actually kind of hear it clicking now. If you feel it opening in and out, or you know, opening and closing really quick at, I think the scan tool said 14%, so that's a 14% duty cycle of this thing just opening and closing. I don't think we heard that at all when the other one was still in here, so it's just stuck open. No good. We're done here. Let's go ahead and take it out. Now that P0496 could, you know, easily not be that particular purge valve. You know, there could simply be, you know, a leak somewhere else. There could have been the vent valve that went bad. You know, the code is, you know, just noticing that a large amount of, you know, pressure in the tank is gone within, you know, a short amount, short amount of time during a non-purge command. Now in this case, you know, the dead giveaway honestly was the fact that when you put the gas in the car and it flooded out the engine, that's a dead giveaway to the, you know, that purge valve being the culprit in this case. It's running really good right now. It feels like it's actually running really smooth. It's amazing how something so small like that can actually, over time, take a toll on the performance of the, you know, the engine. Our fuel trims are still looking great. The purge valve right now, we're moving and stuff. So the canister vent valve is still venting according to the scan tool, and the duty cycle of the purge valve is changing depending on how much, you know, throttle I'm putting into the car. 35%, 0% because I just let off, 67% because I just kind of went back on a little bit. So it looks like it is doing its job. The you know, PCM is commanding correctly, and the way that this engine's running and sounding, even, it is doing what it should be doing. Coasting and coming to a stop, it's at 0, which is what it should be doing because we're not in need of the additional fuel assist. It's doing great. All right, so I just had some lunch. We're back out here now. We're gonna go ahead and get back into it. Just make sure that everything is a-okay. Make sure nothing is pending. I'm really confident in the fact that, you know, this is all good, all done. So yeah, I know there really wasn't a whole lot to this you know, vlog. It was a no tools required repair, and we'll just do auto, why not? And yeah, so we got no codes in the ECM or TCM. Everything else looks like it's doing great. But yeah, so it was a no tools required repair. I know sometimes when I try to explain something, I kind of like jumble up my words and stuff, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, this car is in perfect health from the looks of it. Look at that. Everything is a-okay. Wonderful. I don't think I wanted to do that. Yeah, I did. We're good. Do our live data here. Our light, of course, is still out. No start stop. And we'll go back to this. So we just started it up. Car doesn't feel the need for any purge valve command. So it's at 0. Our vent valve in the back is still venting. It's probably not in... Oh, just went into closed loop, so that's good. And these fuel trims are still looking excellent. Still doing really good there. Boy, it's amazing how something so small can make such a difference like that. And now the purge solenoid is commanded at 6%. So all is right in the world of this Chevrolet Cruze. So that's it. I'm going to send it back to him. We're good. We're golden. If you did enjoy this, and if this vlog happened to help you, you know, in the event of the same situation, you know, give us a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. I want to thank you so much again for watching, and take care.